Hello, my name is Mendy Blair, and today I'm going to be discussing the implementation of a shared governance model within an acute care, small rural community facility using Burns transformational leadership theory and Lewin's plan change theory. Healthcare delivery has undergone some dramatic changes in recent years and has turned more complex. Greater demands have been placed on healthcare facilities to keep up, and nurse leaders are challenged to raise the bar in terms of regulatory standards while producing outcomes that strengthen the provision of safe, quality patient care with an optimal patient experience. For so many of our small rural community hospitals with limited resources, the ability to stay ahead of that curve and keep up with those challenges and regulations has proved daunting. The days of the manager knows best are well over, and all members of the healthcare team now play a vital role in developing viable solutions which address the toughest healthcare challenges. As highlighted in the Institutes of Medicine report on the future of nurses, nurses were identified to be in prime position to act as change agents to positively influence patient outcomes while creating solutions to assure that the provision of safe, quality care continues. Often those closest to the point of service are well positioned to identify strategies to address some of those complex issues. No longer should a nurse leader rely solely on his or her own ingenuity or creativity to solve problems alone. Nurse leaders must engage staff to become more actively involved as partners in addressing those issues. Shared governance models actually provide the voice for that activity. Selection of the appropriate leadership theoretical framework and leadership change theory is essential in guiding implementation of a shared governance model. Burns transformational theory offers a framework which complements the tenets of shared governance. Through use of the shared governance model, staff is included as partners in decision making and their expertise is valued. Yet how does the nurse leader effectively encourage and create an environment of inclusion while providing motivation necessary to get others involved? The transformational leader is connected with a sense of higher purpose or a greater good and strives to inspire others to connect with that same calling, moving others to act and become champions for the change. In addition to selecting the right fit in terms of a leadership theory to guide the change, so too is it necessary to select the right change model. Kurt Lewin's three-stage change model, known as unfreezing, moving, and refreezing, may serve as a complement to transformational leadership, and proving that implementation of shared governance model may be successful in an acute care setting. In Lewin's first stage of change, known as unfreezing, the transformational leader begins to set the tone for the need for shared governance. During unfreezing, the leader may elect to hold focus group sessions with key staff within the organization to assess the readiness of the change for the model and evaluate any perceived barriers related to the model. In this stage of unfreezing, the leader explores behaviors and attitudes of staff relative to proposed shared governance model and creates a sense of urgency. The unfreezing stage of Lewin's model allows the transformational leader to use their passion and persuasive skills to communicate perceived barriers and benefits for shared governance and influence others to meet the challenges in creating the model. The second stage of Lewin's change model is moving or changing. During this stage, transformational leaders who are vested in implementing a shared governance model work with those same key staff to develop the model and move that stage of the planning into production, supporting the staff along the way with education and encouragement, and also articulating the goals for the shared governance model reminds the staff of the benefits associated in becoming partners with shared decision making. The moving stage allows transformational leaders to garner support from the staff impacted so that they may too have input into creating their own world and working through their daily processes that improve their work. The third stage and last stage of Lewin's change model is known as refreezing. Through small wins and successes, the newly formed shared governance team might become even more energized by shared governance models when it sees more advantages in solving problems which impact their daily work at the point of service. During refreezing, the transformational leader is able to link their goals and successes, thus inspiring and motivating the group to push forward. Stabilization occurs, reinforcements are provided, and hardwiring of new processes occurs so that new skills and new learned behaviors stay and those old habits do not creep back in. The implementation of a shared governance model serves as a vehicle for positive change and allows staff to have a voice in shared decision making. The nurse leader who partners with staff to solve problems will experience far more successes in transforming a culture than the leader who ignores staff's contributions. Lewin's three-stage change model may serve as an effective change theory in supporting the implementation of a shared governance model within an acute care facility. Thank you so much for listening to my presentation.